What have you liked about this group so far that's got you feeling good that you can go out and compete for a Horizon League title?
Well, the starting point is just we have really good charisma. They enjoy being around each other, and this is day one of practice, but yet we had really 8 weeks of work, 10 weeks on campus this summer, 4 weeks this fall. It's about putting one foot in front of the other one and hunting growth every single day, and they've been really good at that so far. So that's our starting point, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we can get to this year.
Feels like there's a lot more size, a lot of 6'9", 6'10" bigs. I know D'Angelo was talking a little bit about guys switching a lot more. How do you hope this added size can add another element to this team that we've seen the last several years?
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of size. We've sized down. I mean, the last 2 years we've started 6'1", 5'8", 6'1", and then 2 years ago 6'4" as our fourth guard. So it helps clean up some mistakes. Theoretically, because if you weren't in the exact spot, you didn't have the length to clean it up defensively. That's where I'm hoping that's going to help us out in that area. Also rebounding. We work so hard with small lineups playing four guards to be able to rebound at a high rate. And that's where everybody's got to do their job. Some of that way I hope will take care of itself. But we also can go really small. So even though you're going to see a bunch of size out there a lot, you also can go small like we always have gone and play. I love our versatility, and that's what it allows us to do. You're also going to see some 5 men with D'Lo and Q and Duffy, to where we play sort of our standard ball screen roll, dump down type smash mouth with our bigs, but then we can turn around and play Kaba, Yuval, Max at that 4 or 5, and now we kind of pick on if they're playing a true 5-man and put those guys in spots, because those guys can all drive and shoot it.
Yeah, just in these early weeks of practice, I mean, the team's talked about just kind of the togetherness, the tempo that they've been playing at. What stood out to you from that coaching perspective that you feel is already starting to click this early?
Well, they want to get better, and they're open to it, and they're making a ton of mistakes right now, and that's expected because we're obsessed with our attack, being the more aggressive team, and so since day one I've been preaching aggressive mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, but the last thing I want is hesitation. That's your fear when you have 10 newcomers, is that they're overthinking it, and so as we progress through, we're going to start making fewer mistakes, and there's going to be our standards and our details that we got to lock in on, but I just love the fact they want to get better every day right now.
Obviously, we saw you out there teaching a lot today. Obviously, you're always doing some of that at practice, but just how excited are you to kind of get back to that with the start of practice here in September?
Had an experience with this 3 years ago. It seems like a long time ago, but when we lost to graduation, Jared and Damian and Bobby and Ra, and Deontay, I mean that was a lot of those 5 graduates in the same year, 4,000-point scores, and we turned around that next year and had recruited well with some guys that stepped in and became all-league players that we had recruited, but then also some guys, rose from within, and I expect the same thing to happen this year. So with that experience, we went a little bit with the experience, not that we have coming back, but the experience we had with 3 years ago. We went live a lot more this summer, which was good for us. We got to make those aggressive mistakes and play at a game speed. Also realized that preaching aggressive mistakes and keeping them, playing fast and not over-coaching, that can be really good as well as you go through that. So we've been in that space before, and so that's where I'm a little bit more comfortable now than before. But the teaching progressions is where I've been re-energized, is when you have returning groups, they kind of understand what you do, and you kind of go through your same patterns, and I would duplicate practice plans from that same day the year before. This year I'm really thinking through and trying to teach in a different mode, going big picture, then to break down, big picture to break down. Sometimes they're doing things they don't even know what they're supposed to do because I haven't told them yet, and that's okay, and we'll eventually put it all together that ideally will be, our best basketball in February and March.